The Premier League returns after the last international break of the year, and it's Leicester City and Chelsea that get the action back underway with the early kick-off here on Filbert Way. Chelsea arrive sitting third in the Premier League table. They are led by the man who helped guide the Foxes back to the Premier League. It's the first return to King Power Stadium for Enzo Maresca. Former players Keenan Dewsbury Hall and Wesley Fofana also involved for the visitors. City haven't beaten Chelsea since they lifted the FA Cup against the Blues in May 2021. 4 changes to the Leicester City 11 defeated at Old Trafford before that break. This week's injury news confirming the long-term absence of Abdul Fatawu due to a knee injury. Fakando Buonanotte misses out today due to suspension, whilst Yannick Vestergaard and Jordan Ayew complete the 4 absentees. Ayew is fit to make the bench following an injury picked up during the break. Patson Daka is also on the bench. That's his first sighting of him this season following a pre-season injury. Incoming are Caleb Akole, Bilal El Khanous, Jamie Vardy, and for his first Premier League start, it's Casey McAteer. Hermansen in goal, Justin Fasakole and Christiansen is the Leicester defence. Samari and Winks sitting in front of them, with McAteer and Didi and El Khanous looking to support Vardy. Chelsea make 2 changes from their last outing. That was a 1-1 home draw with Arsenal. Benoit Badiashile and João Felix are the players coming in replacing Malo Gusto and Pedro Neto. Wesley Fofana starts and Keenan Dewsbury Hall is on the bench. Sanchez is in goal. It's, we think, Fofana at right back, Badiashile, Colwill and Cucurella as a back four. Caicedo and Fernandes in front of them. Madueke, Palmer and Felix supporting Jackson, who is the lone Chelsea striker. Mixed reactions when the names of Fofana and Dewsbury Hall were read out before the game. Dewsbury Hall on the bench. Fofana starts. Enzo Maresca will take his place in the dugout. But from our point of view, Jerry, it's all about Leicester City and how can they get back to winning ways this afternoon?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a massive game after the international break. It always is when you come back, and especially when you know you've had another defeat to your name, as they did away to Manchester United. So hopefully Steve Cooper will have a game plan to deal with the way that Enzo Maresca will want to play. I think from what I've seen at Chelsea, they're a bit more forward thinking this season under Maresca in regards to the time the ball spent across the back four. They're a bit more proactive and so Leicester have to try and pick and choose and basically try and play on the counter attack, but they've got to do that with precision, and they've got to do that with pace, Joe.
So shots on the monitor of Enzo Maresca, huddled into his seat, leaning on the wall of the tunnel, the opposite dugout to which he took his place so many times last season. Chelsea players were in a huddle. They break off into their positions. Leicester all in blue. They'll kick towards the left-hand side as we look down from the main stand towards the family stand. Chelsea in an all off-white colour will kick towards the Kop end as the final few spectators make their way into the cool breeze of King Power Stadium, but we're hoping the action on the field will warm us all up. As we're underway, Cole Palmer nonchalantly plays the ball all the way back to his goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, all in orange, coming out of his goal, a good way from goal, to the left-hand side, and he flicks the ball down the right channel, beyond Jackson, beyond Akole, and out for a goal kick. Akole back in the side, Jerry, missed the last 2, Vestergaard coming back in, but a big chance for him to impress again. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Vestergaard not in the matchday squad, is he?
Felix was an unused sub in 5 of the last 6 Premier League games. All of his starts have been coming in cup competition. He scored 4 goals in 3 games in the Europa Conference League. Did score on his second Chelsea debut, a big 6-2 win at Wolves. That was as a substitute early on this season as Wout Faes is tussling with Nicholas Jackson, and Jackson is pushing him all the way into the area, and it's going to be won back here, and it's Nicholas Jackson and Chelsea lead. And you felt as though Wout Faes had the opportunities to clear the ball. Leicester are claiming there may have been a handball as Jackson just kept bundling and hassling the Leicester defender, and finally it fell to his left foot, left of the penalty area, and he's played it across the goal, across Mads Hermansen and into the bottom corner. And once more, Leicester fall behind first in a Premier League game. 15 minutes in, it's Leicester 0, Chelsea 1.
Yeah, disappointing going for all the possession Chelsea have had. This comes from a clearance, and then it's a fight ball between Walt Fast and Nicholas Jackson. The clearance goes still ahead of Nicholas Jackson. He just flicks it on, then runs round the back, wins the duel, even though it's a bit scrappy. And Fast yet again just not able to clear his lines. Gets a little bit lucky, Lord Jackson, but at the end of the day, it's a good finish from him. He just tips it over the advances of Akole, and then with the outside of his right boot into the bottom corner.
And it's cleared up into the Chelsea half, but is that going to change how Leicester play? Is it too early to switch things up, to Spardy, an isolated figure?
Yeah, I think, as I said, it comes from a clearance, doesn't it? From Badiashile, I think. And for all the possession that Chelsea have had, but again,
Madueke's got in the box, lovely back heel from Enzo Fernandez. It's come in, it's Palmer, he got a touch, it's cleared, not quite off the line, but not far from it, from James Justin. And then Vardy again, an isolated figure, trying to close the ball down with 3 Chelsea players around him. Like Cucurella making the move from Brighton. Ecuadorian international, he captained the side in the last game, the draw against Arsenal. It's been back-to-back 1-1 draws for Chelsea. Arsenal before the break at Stamford Bridge, and before that was a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. Here's Oliver Skipp, closed down by Enzo Fernandez, managed to find but not find Samare. It was a great challenge by Caicedo. Samare was wild in his challenge on Felix, but play on is given, and Madueke gets a shot in, left-footed edge of the box that's tipped around the post from Mads Hermansen, and both managers turn to the 4th official with their arms out wide. It's a yellow card that has been shown to Buba Samare.
Yeah, not surprisingly, the referee's done well there, in fairness. He's that. Oh, it's a rash challenge from Samare, just watching it on the replay. The referee's let the advantage play out. As you say, Madueke knows exactly what he's trying to do. He was away, he was past the advantages of Oliver Skipp. But as you say, Ollie Skipp takes him down, but Leicester now racking up the yellow cards.
It's the 3 central midfielders that have them, Skipp, Samare and Ndidi. Here's Fofana, he's been given licence to roam here and come forward. Ball into Madueke, edge of the box. Christiansen snapping at the heels, but then Palmer brilliantly finds Cucurella. Madueke, 2-0 Chelsea. Flag raised. We will wait for the check before confirming that one won't count, but it was a lovely move, one-touch stuff. The ball from Palmer was exquisite. That's why he's the man of the moment.
Yeah, again, I spoke pre-match. There's going to be times in the game where he is going to find time and space, and that's all he needed. Ollie Skipp's tried to get out to him, but his ball to Cucurella, guilty of making that run. He's the last man across the line. He can see all the way across Leicester's line. That looks just offside, doesn't it?
It's tight, but it does look it. We'll wait for the lines to be drawn on the screen that we're looking at. Just in front of us, the on-field decision was off. His right foot's level with James Justin's left arm, but so that means that his left arm has got to be in front of James Justin. On-field decision is backed by the VAR. James Justin, short ball to Skipp, trying to play one around the corner towards Ndidi on the far side. Felix winning it for Chelsea, coming in across the halfway line. Lovely ball to Fernandez. Fast was a bit lazy with the clearance. It came back off Fernandez. It will now find Christiansen as Felix was sliding in on this near side touchline quite wildly. Christiansen rode the challenge and kept Leicester in possession. Lovely stuff again from El Khanous. So too Samare, and Skipp can drive forward. McAteer pulling wide in space on the right side. Onto his left foot, and a shot just wide from Casey McAteer on his first Premier League start. A sweet move, a flowing move from Leicester. Skip driving forward. In fact, there was a touch from Sanchez in the Chelsea goal.
One touch to control it, one touch to step inside Cucurella, and then he whips a left-footed shot towards that far post. Just sees it go agonisingly wide.
Long clearance from Sanchez, headed towards the halfway line by Wout Faes, won by Ndidi. Samare dummy to send it down the right, and his left Enzo Fernandez heading for a half-time pie. Here's El Khanous Vardy on the edge of the box. Christiansen, great overlapping run, ball in. It's going to come back to Ndidi, but he couldn't quite get the shot on target. It bounced awkwardly in front of him, trying to adjust his feet quickly. Scored here early in the season against Tranmere, but can't get a Premier League goal. But another flowing Leicester City move. Christiansen in behind. His cross finding Ndidi in space, but they couldn't convert.
Oh, that's a good chance. What is he, 13 yards out?
It's a pointless free kick to give away, but it's a great chance for Leicester.
It's all about the quality now from this area.
Using potentially that swirling wind, the ball placed almost on the touchline, 8 yards from the corner flag. McAteer and El Khanous are the two Leicester players over the ball. McAteer goes across, whispers something into the ear of El Khanous. It will be El Khanous who delivers, but it's off Caicedo, who was the one-man Chelsea wall. And what Leicester can't afford to do is concede before the break. And Caicedo, after making the block, he's sprinted away down the left-hand side. He's got the ball in, and Madueke with a golden opportunity. Hermansen may be doing enough, coming from his goal, leaping in front of the Chelsea winger. It's onto his right foot, but he steered it wide.
Well, you know, it's a fight ball, which Akoli wins, but he just passes it back into the path of a Chelsea player, and then they're away. At great speed. This is a great ball at the back post to find Madueke from Nicholas Jackson.
33rd appearance for the club today, but he's been an ever-presence in the Premier League. The two clean sheets he's kept have both been away from home, at Bournemouth and at West Ham. Chelsea have kept possession here really well despite the Leicester pressure, but Justin has won it back, but only briefly. Samare couldn't get there before Colwell, who strokes it infield, and now Felix is coming through the centre of the Leicester half, and he's touched it on to Nicholas Jackson, right-footed, brilliant save. Oh, and it's been missed by Palmer. He hit the shot against Madueke. A touch of fortune maybe for Leicester. There was a brilliant Hermansen save at the start of that to deny Jackson, but as it rolled a few yards from the goal line, Palmer coming onto it, struck it left-footed, Madueke jumping, but the shot came off him, and it means it's still a one-goal advantage for the visitors.
I mean, I thought initially Ollie Skip, who was racing back, had saved it and put it, but on the replay, I mean, that is as good a chance as you'll get in any game.
Chelsea still with 5 players warming up to our left side. The ball currently was given away by Badiashile. The ball towards Cucurella, drops to Jordan Ayew. It's bouncing awkwardly. Badiashile gets there first. James Justin still down on the ground. Chelsea played the ball out in the first half when Harry Winks was down. They may not do the same in this second half as Cole Palmer finds Madueke into the box on the far side. The Chelsea right gets it onto his left foot with Christian in front of him, then onto his right. He's got Mamadidi backtracking as well, and he's been forced out of the penalty area, and now it's with Wesley Fofana. Leicester almost playing with 10 men as James Justin back on the ground, but as Cucurella comes forward, he's into the box. It's a scoop ball towards Jackson. Brilliant save Hermansen from the follow-up. It's in from Enzo Fernandez, and with James Justin stranded and injured at one side of the field, Chelsea have taken full advantage. Hermansen made the save, but from a few yards out, Fernandez was not going to be denied, and he heads home with 15 minutes remaining to make it Leicester 0, Chelsea 2.
Well, as you say, James Justin was out of the game. Even though he's back on his feet, he was still out of the game, not back in his familiar position. And it was Cucurella's ball from the edge. He just brings it forward a touch, and then he just scoops it from the edge of the box towards Jackson, who gets a good strong header. Good save from Hermansen initially. It's Enzo Fernandez with a follow-up after he can only palm it away. Hermansen straight under the head of Fernandez, sorry. And he's not missing from 6 yards.
Christensen will take the free kick midway inside the Chelsea half. Inside left position, floated to the edge of the box where Okole was rising, but he couldn't keep possession. Christensen back to win it again. Receives it back from Decordova-Reid. Now it's Steffi Mavididi, edge of the box. Lovely ball to Bobby Decordova-Reid. Goes down. Oh, the flag was raised for offside. The way the referee was racing into the penalty area suggests he may have been pointing to the spot, then he glanced and saw the flag raised.
Yeah, a lovely little ball, wasn't it, with the outside of the right foot to find him from Mavididi. Decent first touch. Yeah, it's, well, if he's not offside, again, you've got to say it's a penalty.
I would assume that VAR are just checking he was offside.
He's not.
He definitely isn't. Looking at the replay we've just seen.
That's a penalty. It's got to be a penalty.
Referee in dialogue. He just keeps pointing across.
But he's not interfering with play. I think it was Daka who...
The right foot. Does it clip the foot of Decordova-Reid, which makes him then trip over himself? That looks more clear-cut than the one that was clear-cut that wasn't given.
I mean... That's a penalty.
We wait with bated breath. We're deep into injury time, but surely there's got to be justice here. Still, Andrew Madley listens to the instructions. He nods his head. He says yep, as we see him almost lip reading on the monitor in front of us. He's about to blow the whistle. Then there's a shake of the head, just trying to read the body language here. Penalty given. Now, is that not a red card? I know it won't make much difference, but that is a goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah. I don't know. I give up with the rules. And
well, Jordan Ayew has got the ball tucked under his left arm. He scored late goals at Southampton, at Ipswich. The one today might not quite be as decisive. We've had 94.5 of the 5 added. There will be a bit more because this has dragged on for a good while. But at least Leicester will continue their run of scoring in every King Power Stadium game so far this season if he scores from the spot.
Yeah, and I'm sure the keeper's done his homework on Jamie Vardy taking penalties, but has he done his homework on Jordan Ayew?
Ayew wipes his mouth with the bottom of his shirt. Stands a few yards from the ball. Sanchez making himself as big as he can, all in orange, and it's a penalty that's tucked away into the bottom left corner. Sanchez did guess right, flung his body towards the ball that's nestled into the corner. Jordan Ayew with another late goal. Does it spark a comeback in the final few seconds? It's Leicester 1, Chelsea 2.
Oh, I'm looking at the keeper. The keeper goes the wrong way initially, because that ball was not put into the corner of the goal.
Into the Chelsea half of the field, taken quickly by Christensen. James Justin playing as a centre forward at the minute. He's joined by Wout Faes as the ball ran free, but it's whacked away by Cucurella. Okole not with the cleanest of clearances. He sliced it to this near side where Nkunku has it for Chelsea on the halfway line. Gives it to Cucurella, comes back to Nkunku. A back heel from Samari up the touchline. Another free kick as Cucurella goes into the back of Bobby Decordova-Reid. It's taken short, it needs to go long. Samari squares it to Hermansen, left-footed, over the halfway line, looking for Wout Faes. It's gone over him and the player alongside him, and then the full-time whistle goes and the frantic end to the game that Chelsea have won to secure their third place in the Premier League, but Leicester gave it everything in that second half. Chelsea led at half-time. Nicholas Jackson scoring his 7th goal in 12 Premier League games this season. A neat finish after managing to evade the clutches of Wout Faes. McAteer and Ndidi both had good chances towards the break. Palmer should have scored for Chelsea just after half-time, but it was his own player that blocked the chance. Enzo Fernandez made it 2 from close range after a good save from Mads Hermansen. Leicester kept pushing forward, maybe should have had a penalty, but were denied. Did get one in injury time that Jordan Ayew was able to steer into the bottom corner, meaning full time here inside King Power Stadium. It is Leicester 1, Chelsea 2.